this is gonna be fun. This is exciting. Dakota Stage, how's everybody doing tonight? My name is Matt from 96.5 The Fox. I will be your host for this evening. You can hear me every weekday afternoon from 2 until 7 on 96.5 The Fox and 96.5thefox.com. Now, before we get the show started, we've got some rules to go over. Who has been here for a comedy show before? Keep in mind that the lights are really fucking bright, so raising your hand doesn't help me. Who has been here for a comedy show before? Better, much better. You will know what I'm about to say. Make sure you keep these others in check, okay? First and foremost, you saw the comedy commandments on the screen behind you. The big thing is to make sure your cell phone is turned off. Make it on vibrate, put it on silent, whatever you have to do. I don't want you to shut it down all the way. I realize you might have a babysitter, you might have a reason to take a phone call. Just don't make it make any noise. Turn it off, do whatever you have to do to make sure it's quiet. Second, with the cell phones, don't text throughout the whole goddamn show, all right? It's really, really annoying to see stupid illuminated faces in the crowd while you're up here performing. So, don't text during the show. More importantly, if you get a phone call, don't fucking answer it in the theater. Jesus Christ, people. There's a lobby out there that you can go take your phone calls and have a good time. Please don't answer your stupid phone in the theater. All right, so that's enough about the phones. Speaking of the lobby, there is beer, there is wine. It's a Saturday night. Please drink up. Have a good time. There's also candy and other stuff, but beer, wine, more importantly, back there. Check out DakotaStageLTD.com. That's where you get all of the information regarding what's coming up, including Grease on the big screen. And next month, comedian Dave Landau will be here. Oh, and by the way, one more thing. Please don't yell shit out during the show. I know, right? There's a woman up top named Amber. If you're a belligerent asshole, she will throw you the fuck out. All right? We good? Cool. Now, as I mentioned before, I work in radio. I actually got into radio right out of high school. So from 18 to now 32 years old, I've worked in radio. It's the coolest thing in the world. It's what brought me here to Bismarck 3 years ago. And the great thing about being on the radio is you get that whole local celebrity thing, except people don't see your stupid face every single day. So, think of it this way. If you're the local TV weatherman and you see him in a bar, or if you see the local TV weatherman in the bar spinning his dick around, you're gonna tell all your friends, right? Oh my God, I can't believe I saw the guy from KFYR pull his dick out in the bar and spin it like a helicopter. That's crazy. Is it you right here? Now with the radio guy, if I do that, yeah, you're probably still gonna tell all your friends, but you don't have the name to add to the story, so I am anonymous, and that is the best thing about working in radio. The problem is, every so often, I get recognized by my voice, and it never happens when I want it to. It's the most inopportune time I can ever imagine. This is one of those times. Quite a few years ago, I had a one-night stand. I was hanging out with this girl for a few weeks. It didn't work. I know it's gross. Shut up. If you think that's the most offensive thing, you are in for a rude fucking awakening this evening. One-night stand, this girl and I hung out for a few weeks. It wasn't gonna work out. We stopped talking. I got blackout drunk, and I made a booty call, which she accepted. Yeah, it's sad, right? We had sex. I don't remember it to this day, but I assume that I was awesome. No clue, really, but I assume that I was great. In the morning, I made up an excuse as to having to go to work really, really early, which I never did, just to get her out of my apartment, thinking that would be it. We're done, we're good here. A couple of weeks later, my buddy who introduced us asked if I'd spoken to her in a while. Why would I do that? Well, no, I haven't spoken to her. I thought it was a one-night thing, we're done. He's like, dude, you should really talk to her. That sounds like an ominous thing to tell your friend. Hey, you should talk to the girl you slept with one time. So I sent her a text. Hey, it's Matt, I'm supposed to talk to you, I guess. A lot of ways she could have responded to this. This was not the way I was expecting. LOL, yeah, I have an STD. Right, exactly. Here's the thing, quick tip for all of you. If you ever have to inform someone of your sexually transmitted disease, don't include the letters LOL. It's awful. The text continues, she said, yeah, I've slept with 3 guys in the last year, and the other 2 have told me they're clean, so it's gotta be you. Now wait a second, this is America. Innocent until proven guilty. These other guys say they're clean, I'm to blame. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. I set up an appointment to go get tested, that's what you do. Go to the doctor, sign in, nurse calls me back. Of course, I know her. Fantastic. Why wouldn't I know her right off the bat? This is off to a great start. Tell her what's going on, explain the situation. When you get tested for STDs, you have to do blood work, you piss in a cup. It's just kind of what happens. I've done it a few times. So, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you're all staring at me, let's be friends. So, I have to go speak to this woman before I give blood, and as we're discussing my life story, she stops in the middle of a sentence and says, "Are you on the radio?" You have got to be kidding me. Of all the times this could possibly happen, it's not the drive-thru where some dude goes, "Oh man, are you on the radio? Here's some extra McNuggets." No, it's when this woman, who's about to tell me whether or not my dick is gonna fall off, is getting all my information. So, in between me telling her my history of sexual partners and intravenous drug use, which there is a lot of, look at me, I've got a lot going for me, so a lot of drugs. No, I'm kidding. While I'm going through this and telling her my history, she's gonna ask every single question she's ever had about radio. Everything she's ever wanted to know about radio, she is going to ask me at this very moment. Get me out of here. This is the worst experience of my life, and I realize that there's that whole confidentiality thing, but I guarantee you that woman went home and told her husband about the radio guy that she listens to every day possibly having the drippy dick, which is really, really disgusting. Side note, and this has nothing really to do with me getting recognized, more about me getting tested for an STD. When I saw the doctor, she said, "Hey, when I get your test results back, I might not call you right away if they're negative," which seems to me like pretty shitty doctoring, but I'm not a doctor, so I just kind of like, yeah, all right, sounds good, don't call, that's fine. A couple days later, my phone rings, and much like when I got recognized by the blood lady, it was the doctor's office, and I was like, God damn it, it was me. It was me who gave her the clap. This sucks. So I answered the phone, and the doctor called to inform me that my test results, ladies and gentlemen, were negative. Round of applause, all right. I don't know if you realize this or not, but the best day of your life will not be your wedding day. It will not be the birth of your first child. It will not be you winning the lottery. It will be the day you get to call the girl who accused you of giving her an STD and telling her to check with the other two guys because they're fucking liars. Working in radio, though, puts you in a lot of weird situations. I actually got to work for the radio station that I grew up listening to, which was awesome. It was in my hometown. So I got to work there for like 10 years. It was great. The only problem was I found out I had a lot of friends I didn't know I had. You start working for the hometown radio station, everybody remembers you from high school, except they don't. I had so many friends that I really had no idea I had. They would tell me stories that I supposedly was involved in that I wasn't. I had never been a part of these things. These people were convinced that I had been there. My favorite one was this girl who sent me a message while I was on the air on Facebook or MySpace. This was like mid-2000, guys, so MySpace was still a thing, right? It kind of still is, but not really. So she sends me a message. She says, "Hey, do you remember me?" She was a couple of grades older than me. And I said, "Yeah, I do actually." Thought that was it. She proceeded to tell me about how she cheered for me while I played high school basketball. Here's the thing, guys. I didn't play high school basketball. Look at me. Can you imagine this kid in short shorts playing basketball? I mean, sure, I was a little bit skinnier and more athletic at the time, and I made the team. I did sort of play basketball, but in my 2 years of high school basketball, I think I spent 10 minutes on the court. There's no reason for this woman to remember my storied basketball career. But she kept telling me all about it. Now, I'm pretty sure she thought I was somebody else because there was another guy in my class who had the same name as me who was very, very good at basketball. He probably still is very, very good at basketball. She was convinced that I was him. And no matter what I said, she would not listen to me. She would not take it. It didn't matter what I told her. I could say flat out, "You are thinking of the wrong guy." Didn't matter. So she finally invites me out for drinks. All right, I figure if she sees my face, athletic Matt, fat gingery Matt don't look that much similar. She'll realize that we're not the same person. She didn't. We sat there and I had to listen to her tell me stories about my life and cheering for me on the basketball court that never fucking happened. So I started going along with it and making up stories that I remember from John Cusack movies from the 80s because I had no idea what to tell this woman to make sure that she figured out that I wasn't the right guy. What's going to be funny is at some point she's going to run into the Matt that she thinks I was. And it's all going to click and she's going to realize that she slept with the wrong Matt a whole bunch of times. We've got a great show for you tonight, everybody. Gabe Noah is here. That's what he clapped.